Hello, everybody in this world. Good evening. My name is Danar. Me with my friends will bring the presentation which titled Analyzing the Needs of EFLs or ESL learners in Developing Academic Presentation Competence. And today we will focus on 4 points. First, about the rationale of the study and the research that will be explained by me. Second, about the main result of the study and an interpretation of the result. That will be explained by Elma. And third, it is about provide things that could be improved in the study and additional experiments that you think might be appropriate, and it is explained by Cecilia. So my name is Danar. That's the girl with who using eyeglasses. Her name is Cecilia, and the last, the girl with veil, her name is Elmawati. So the first meeting will be presentation with me. Okay, so next slide. Explanation, the rationale of the study. This is my material, so I get from development of academic presentation competence. The literal or academic discourse socialization refers that learners in maturing oral academic discourse need to develop their voices, negotiate identities, and adapt to the expected roles in their new academic community through an ongoing interactive learning process with peers and experienced members of the community. Research into academic presentation and learner needs in ESL or EFL contexts. Despite increasing research on the academic socialization of ESL learners in the mastering oral academic discourses, most of these studies were conducted in North American universities where the expression of individual thoughts and critical thinking are highly valued and embedded in the learning culture. Okay, next is the novelty of the study. Okay, so I get from gap between student understanding of the required skills and the expectation of content course instructor. The findings reveal a gap between students, with the students' understanding of the required skills and expectation of their CC instructor as both the questionnaire and interview data show. The CC instructor places more emphasis than student on critical analysis and the presenter's role in helping the audience to understanding the message being delivered. And my paper also explained the purpose of the study. Is this article investigated the needs and challenges of the giving academic presentation or APS as experienced by a group of ESL or EFL undergraduates in Hong Kong College. The needs analysis explored the perspective of both the student and their CC instructors and their presentation competence. So my material also explain the research question. There is a few questions in this article. There is the study was guided by the following research questions. There are what are perceived learning needs, problem and challenge of students in preparing for delivering academic oral presentation. Two, what do contact course CC instructor expects of student APS and how do they perceive the strengths and weaknesses of student presentations. And the last is how competent are the students in conducting academic presentation. And also the participation participants, the study participants were all mostly senior undergraduates, Chinese ESL students, and they had all met the minimum admission requirement for degree programs required recognized by the Hong Kong government, including three-level English in the Hong Kong Diploma of Secondary Education examination for any other qualification equivalent to an overall band of 5.48 until 5.68 in the National English Language Testing System, or that's ELTS. And next is the last is research designs and research procedures. A revised pedagogical model for developing AP competence in EFL or ESL context is proposed. This draws on the findings of the Canon study, a theoretical discussion of related activities in an article, and the teaching and speaking cycle proposed by Goh and Burns 2012 figure I illustrate. They proposed sequencing of EAP course component and activities to develop AP competence in ESL learners in the EAP context. Explicit instruction could be given in stages. One, to draw learner attention to the exploitation of AP performance. Okay, so this part will be presentation by Elma Mati. So yes, Elma, you can go. Thank you for me.
Okay, thank you, Danar. Next, the explanation about the main results of the study and interpretation result. Next, the finding reflect first a gap between students and their safety instructors in understanding their expected performance abilities, and then the second gaps in student understanding of the performance requirement of the AP and content courses, and the third weakness in their use of and the relevant linguistic and discourse feature when expressing their own voice on topic. These findings provide additional empirical and support not only for the observation of previous students about ES learner competence in EF, but also for the need for a pedagogical model for the developing EAP competence in ESL or EFL learners. While this study for focusing on the common feature of apps and across discipline, future research could investigate the effectiveness of the proposed model, its activities, and the applicability to learners of different disciplines and the EAP courses in different ESL of EFL context. And then the interpretation of research result based on the result of the analysis described above. And then the participation skill and features and the course content are 5 points, and then 5 points strongly agree. Yes, strongly agree. A higher effort score indicator, a higher, and the importance of the of skill of features. This finding suggests of the structure more, and then the indication contains assessment and deliver a quality message and to the audiences. Okay, thank you. Next, explain about the Cecilia.
Okay, thanks, Alma. Alma and Daniel has already explained about the content of this article. So after we read the whole content of this article, we have an opinion about additional experiments that we think might be appropriate for this study. Okay, so if it explores the impact of formative peer feedback on the development of academic presentation skills in English among students in Hong Kong College. In students' feedback, it was this quality that became highly valued as students quickly understood that the key to success was the right amount of information and that it was clearly structured and presented. So why it's so important? Why it's so important for this study? Okay, because this course project help to develop an internalized understanding among students of what makes a successful presentation by analyzing peer presentation and by giving and receiving peer feedback under the subject guidance and facilitation of the teacher. And the majority of students evaluated this part of the course as a really fun contribution to improving their academic communication skills and changes in their attitudes to giving a talk and to peer feedback have been reported. So that our opinion about additional experiments that we think might be appropriate for this study. Okay, everyone. So that's all about our presentation today. We hope all of you can understand it. But if you have any question, please don't hesitate to contact us. Okay, so that's all about our presentation today. Have a nice day, everyone. Thank you for joining us today.